Hello and welcome to the Tradimo screencast on finding entries at support or resistance. In this lesson you're going to learn how you can use support and resistance levels to enter into trades by buying at support and selling at resistance. Once you have marked your support levels and your resistance levels on your price chart, it's time to start looking for trading opportunities. However, before you do that, it is sometimes a good idea to actually zoom in on your chart so that you can have a better indication or a better view of how price reacts around your support and resistance levels. To do this, just simply click on the magnifying glass icon at the top of your MetaTrader. Once you have done this, you may need to rescale your chart so that you can see all of your support and resistance levels. And to do this, if you just simply hold down the left mouse button and drag the price axes, you will eventually find all of your levels on the chart in front of you. Once you've done this, it's now a case of waiting to try to enter into a long position should a support level be tested, or enter into a short position should a resistance level be tested. So, in this example, we can see that we move lower. Eventually, we touch our support level. And at this point, we would potentially look to enter into a trade. However, it's very, very important to note that we're not going to enter into a position until the candle that tests your support or resistance level actually closes. And the reason we wait for the close is because potentially this candlestick could break below our support level here, and that would indicate a breakout, and that we should not really take a long position. So, once this candle closes, you would have looked to enter a long position on the open of the very next candle. And we'll simulate this with lines. For your long entry, you would look to enter on the open. So we'll place that around the close of this candle, because generally this candle should close and the next one should open around the same price. We'll then move to our stop loss, and for your stop loss, you're looking to place it a discretionary amount below your support level. Now, we can see quite clearly in this example here that we have tested below the low of our support and rejected. So it's very important that you make sure that your stop loss goes below the swing low or the low of your support zone. So we'll pop ours there. And now we're going to look for a profit target. So to do this, we're going to take another line. And generally, when you're trading with the support and resistance strategy, it's a good idea to look for support or resistance levels for your profit target. Because obviously we're buying at a support level, it's quite a good idea to use the very next resistance level along and then place your profit target a discretionary amount below that resistance level. This will ensure that if price moves up and actually rejects at this level, there's a good chance that because we're below it, we should get filled and be able to take a profit. Now, once you've placed your levels, it is a case of waiting to see how price develops. We have our long entry, and hopefully price is going to rebound and touch our profit target. And actually, with this example, what would have happened is price would have gone up slightly before we actually have our stop loss triggered and we have a losing trade. Now, unfortunately, we have actually had a losing trade as prices moved lower and closed below our support level and actually triggered our stop loss. However, when trading with the support and resistance strategy, it's very, very important to note that potentially you can look for another trade immediately. And in this example, we can see that although this support level here has broken, our key support at the bottom of the chart has actually remained intact. We can see that price moves down and actually bounces and closes above that support area. So this means we can potentially look to enter into another trade, and what you would have done is enter a long position on the open of the very next candle, and so we will simulate that with a line around the close. for your stop loss, you would actually place your stop loss below the new low of your support zone. So in this case, we can see that on this candle, we actually break lower and we have a new low on this support level. So our stop loss goes a discretionary amount below the low. And then what we would do is we would look to place our profit target at the next resistance. Now, we can quite clearly see that we have our support level that could now become a resistance level as prices move through, and on a retest, sellers might look to enter around this level. So what we're going to do is we're going to use a little bit of discretion. Okay, because this potential resistance area is so close to our entry, we're going to use the high of our support and resistance range, because this is sort of the area we'd be looking for price to move to. But we're going to use a little bit of discretion, and we're going to actually see how price reacts around this level. And if it begins to struggle, potentially you could look to move your profit target down. Let's see how this trade would have worked out. As price moves along, we can see immediately we begin to move higher. Now, we would have looked to enter into a long position around this area here on the open of this big blue candle. And then we can see that price moves higher and we actually get a bit of a rejection. Now, it's worth paying attention to the fact that when you place your profit target, quite often a level will be rejected before it's actually touched. So in this example, we can see that price moves higher and we don't actually quite touch the high of our resistance zone, but we actually touch an area around it. Now, that is the reason why our profit target should always be placed below a resistance or above a support. It ensures that hopefully, if price does move up, you'll get filled before any potential rejection. So, as we continue, we can see that price remained static before we began to move higher, and eventually our profit target was touched. In this lesson, we have learned how you can use support and resistance to trade while price is in a range. In the next lesson, we're going to be learning how you can use support or resistance to enter into a trade on a breakout. We will also be learning how you can enter into a position once a support level or a resistance level is retested and buyers or sellers enter the market.